Welcome to Smart Trader Chat with Alexis. Go ahead and tell us your name, where you're from, and how long you have been in the trading industry.
Hi, Alexis. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. And I would like to thank you to give me the chance to introduce myself to the smart prop trading community. My name is Omar. I'm 30 years old, and I born in Iraq.
Okay.
And then I moved to Jordan to live there and get educated. And I already raised in Jordan
Got it.
because in my country there was some political mess. That's why my family decided to move to Jordan.
Got it.
I graduated from the American University of Madaba
Cool.
with a bachelor degree in the medical technology.
Oh, nice.
And then I moved to USA to looking for a job there. And I stayed there for a little while. And it's hard for me, it's hard for me to involve in the society. And I don't know anyone there. I'm just a lone person. So
Got
I
it.
decided to move back to Jordan. And I started my first business here in Jordan. I started a marketing agency. Before my graduation, I was studying and started self-instruction in the forex because I don't like the mind of employees mindset. I
Mhm.
always like the investors mindset, so I
Right.
decided to look for something to invest on. And one of the things that I most like is the real estate,
Yep.
and that's one of my field in the
Okay.
business is real
Got it.
estate.
Cool.
And the second one is investing in the forex market.
Awesome.
So first time I started the forex trading, I took a lot of at the first time. I remember the first time. It sounds funny. Like I was my strategy was like a gambling guy.
Mhm.
Like I just enter trade without risk management,
Yeah,
without anything. And then I realized after losing a huge amount of money that this field is not hard, but it needs some
have to
skill
be
set.
smart about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and also it has a huge part of psychology.
Hmm.
I started to take some courses,
Hmm.
and I took the what he say seriously. I
Hmm.
took this seriously to start learning the ways of trading. And at the beginning, I was like seeing ads on YouTube for something called binary option. Yeah,
Got it.
this is a program that cost me a huge amount of money. Yeah, and I was
Start
how
somewhere.
that this is the forex. This is how to buy and sell. But after the courses, I used to attend here so many different companies, brokers.
Hmm.
Like there's some brokers here in my country. They were doing like seminars, free courses, and then after these courses, I started to think seriously about this field, this major. And I like, to be honest, the way of traders, like the life of traders.
Hmm.
It's easy, like you own your time, you
Right.
own you can work from anywhere in the world.
Right.
All you need is your laptop, your mindset, your skills,
Hmm.
and you could make it.
Absolutely. So when did you feel like the shift happened for you when you started becoming profitable?
Well, the moment I stopped the gambling thing,
Hmm.
um, yeah, the moment when I started to study the market, keep watching news, um, and learn the techniques for technical analysis.
Hmm.
And this caused a huge, um, let's say, a huge shifting in
Hmm.
my trading style. And then I started to depend on fundamental analysis.
Hmm.
Earlier, I wasn't depending on the fundamental analysis. I only used to look for videos talking about indicators,
Hmm.
talking about how to deal with candlestick and the charts and all these things. And I realized that these things need more time to study, need a lot of attention, a lot of free time that also you have to be comfortable with yourself.
Right.
Uh, you have to get rid of anything that make you stressed because this industry make the traders feel very stressed and
It's a
sometimes
stressful job. It's a
yeah,
stressful job for sure.
yeah, and especially when you start your day with a loss.
Hmm.
So you will you will complete your whole day depressed.
Right, right. What strategy do you feel like you have kind of taken over and that has helped you the most to see that success?
Well, to be honest, the first thing I was looking for on YouTube for some strategies,
Hmm.
and I was thinking that there was a key strategy for the whole,
Yeah,
you know, discipline that can make me successful.
right.
But through the past years and all these experience I got, I realized that you cannot depend on just simple one strategy.
Yeah.
Uh, there are so many different strategies you can work on,
Hmm.
and I think most of them is working, but not most of them is working all the time.
Yeah.
So there's some factors that we should take in consideration, like the fundamental news, like my strategy. I use the fundamental analysis, which is consist of like 50% of my strategy.
Hmm.
It's a very huge percentage that
Yeah.
I can rely on because, fundamental analysis at the beginning, I didn't relying on as a main
Mhm.
indicator or main tool
Yeah.
that could help me in my trading success.
Yeah.
And then I realized that um, the major economic news or the news that has the high impact on the
Mhm.
chart can cause some slippage, and sometimes it won't be going in your favor.
Mhm.
So maybe it's going on the other side.
Yeah.
It's just a high volume for banking and the big institutions or hedge funds.
Mhm.
And this is what makes most of my losses. So, um, you know, in the past years and through my experience until now, I'm still learning new things,
It's a never-ending learning
keep
process.
developing
Yeah.
yet the strategy. So I use the price action
Got it.
so I can predict because the price action can gives you the, let's say, the potential movement of the price.
Mhm.
And also I use the fundamental analysis
Mhm.
with, alongside with it.
Yeah.
And I also use some of the indicators like MACD,
Mhm.
which can sometimes help me um, to decide the right time to enter to place my position. Um, Another thing is the moving average, which can show me the support and resistant areas. On the other hand, I use all these things in combination with
Mhm.
all together. Like sometimes, if I can show you, this is the moving average that I use. It's not complicated. Like, um, Alex, like when you see traders, like most of them is overcomplicating their setup. You know,
It's easy to
uh,
do that, especially from the get-go, right?
yeah, that's right. And you can see them like they're putting indicators all around the chart and overcomplicating the trading, and I realized it's simple. Like there are a few tips you can follow to success this field.
Mhm.
One of them is like at the beginning of my journey, I was placing a trade without stop loss and TPs, you know, and I'm like sitting all the day on the chart,
Mhm.
watching the chart,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm,
tough.
I'm like with myself, yeah, it will goes up, it will goes down. Just close it here. Just don't wait, or wait a little bit more time. I stopped doing this because actually it's ruined my trading day.
Mhm.
And sometimes when you do your part, like you study the market, you watch the journals like Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, etc., and you will do your part and the analysis, and you start to take a position in the market. Your psychology will start telling you that you may entered a wrong position, you may entered a wrong direction. Um, there may maybe a release of some of the fundamental analysis, the major economic news like CPI, which is causes a huge slippage to the trade. So I only take it simple, and I stop doing that. My tips for traders is to keep it simple. This is the first thing. And the other thing is not to overcomplicate your chart with so many different indicators that has no potential,
Mhm.
and it won't give you information, because if you find a strategy and you practice it and you backtest it for a long time, and you know what is the success percent of this strategy, then that's fine.
Yeah.
So I use the moving average to know like the trend direction.
Mhm.
This is number one. This number two, I use the simple indicator called MACD, the divergence indicator, and this indicator can show you if there is. It can predict sometimes if there is a chance for divergence
Mhm.
that may happen in the market. So if you see here, I can show you an example how this indicator work.
Mhm.
So the divergence work whenever there is a difference between the live chart and the indicator. So as you can see here, we have two bottoms
Mhm.
on the chart. Okay, this is number one, and this is number two. So in the live chart, the two bottoms, like you see, it's more about even, like they have same height,
Yeah.
but on the other hand, on the indicator, it's different. So on the indicator, it shows here it's higher than this one. So this indicator will give me a signal of a bullish market. So as you see here, there is a bullish candle, and then if you see my strategy is, if I rely on this indicator with like the fundamental analysis and the price action and the moving average, the trend direction, all these combined can make the trade successful. So I can't rely on just this MACD indicator, because sometimes it gives you a wrong signals. Here is a wrong signal, if you can see here.
Mhm.
So the MACD is saying that there is a probability of bullish market, and you see like this bottom on the MACD
Mhm.
is lower than this bottom,
Yeah.
and on the chart this bottom is higher than this bottom.
Right.
So actually the indicator is working well, and it already gives me a signal of bullish market. So um, in the normal days, I use the signal with the fundamental analysis. So what happens here probably is there's some news. So what happens is the opposite.
Mm,
The market is not bullish. The market is bearish.
got it.
I can show you some of the trades I put my last trade,
Yeah.
since those trade I took those trade on the SPT account.
Cool.
So this is my first trade. I'm sorry, my last trade. I use, by the way, only two pairs
Okay.
because um, at the beginning I used to um, enter like US 30, Nasdaq, etc., and mm, that was complicating uh, my what he say, complicating the setup, because it needs more time to make the analysis and to watch the market, and you cannot like when I started to manage the risk,
Mm,
uh, the whole thing is different. So I only use the euro and the XAU USD, the gold, for my trading. So
got it.
I can give you for the risk management. For me, I didn't use like other traders. Most of them are using like a certain amount of percentage, like 1% or 2%.
Yeah.
My risk is different because the market structure is different. Sometimes the market has no volatility. In the forex chart you have a lot of variations, and no matter how you um, tried hard to predict the market, you cannot. Like my best strategy, only successful percentage is like 60 or maybe sometimes 55, you know and you can predict the market like 70%, and the other percentage you cannot predict it.
Got it.
So I decided to to put a note on the chart recording my profits and the enterprise, and I can show you here is the risk ratio to profit. Sometimes it's different, sometimes it's 50%, like this one here. And as you can see, I depend on resistance and on the 1 hour chart,
Mhm.
resistance and support. So at this point, here was obviously a strong support. As you can see, after this bearish, here is a strong support. So that's why I decided to, when the market pulled back to this point again, I decided to take a buy order. So this trade has made a 1,200,
Nice.
and this one has made 990. And for this one, sometimes I use price action with only scalping. Like I'm a day trader, not swing
Mhm.
trader.
Okay.
Sometimes I place a trade only scalping for a few minutes, a few hours. It depends.
Mhm.
And as you see, like this is my profit on my account, $1,070,
Mhm.
and this is another one which I make $960.
Awesome.
Okay, and if you can see, like here, I place the stop loss above, above here,
Yeah.
above the previous one, because here at this point, the market strongly took the direction of pullback,
Mhm.
and here is the support.
Yeah.
So I didn't draw anything on the chart, but I can draw it now. because this is I don't use this laptop for trading. So if you can see now
Mhm.
clearly
Yeah.
that the stop loss, where the stop loss is placed, and here where the stop loss on the opposite direction, which is here we have a strong resistance. So here are three trades on those trades. I took those trades from September 15 on one SPT account. Okay. And on the gold, I have, I think, maybe two or three. Yes. So here, that trade took place on October 30th.
Okay.
And as you see, I took the place below the moving average, and I placed the stop loss above, and this made a profit like almost 1,800, and this one is the same thing, but this one I took this trade like almost above the moving average. And since September 15th, I took like 9 trades,
Mhm.
and all of them was running in profit
Mhm.
and no loss. And the sum of them is $10,000.
That's great. That's amazing. Thank you again. What advice would you give to somebody wanting to get into this industry? What's something you wish maybe you knew, when you first started?
Well, it's all simple. Don't overcomplicate the things. You just have to do your part. You just have to do the analysis, technical analysis. Just watch news.
Yeah.
Combine all these things with the indicators,
Right.
and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm. I think, yeah, that's it. And the biggest part, that it's hard for me to take control is the psychology.
Mhm.
So I started to get rid of this by placing a trade, calculating the risk before calculating the profit, um, and this helped me so much.
Good.
Like getting rid of stress, being depressed. I used to, I'm getting used to losses, you know.
You almost
And
have to.
yeah, sometimes you place a trade and you keep stress and thinking about the trades and how it's going on and what's gonna happen in the market, and at the end you will you won't find anything helpful for these kind of behaviors.
Yeah.
So I started to place trade, put the stop loss, put the TPs,
Mhm.
and then leave it. I always leave the chart and I leave my home. I
Good.
go to, yeah, to my another work in real estate,
Well,
and sometimes I do my hobbies, my activities like going to the gym
yeah.
and you know
Probably
going
much
with
better
my
for your
friends.
mental health.
Sorry, yeah,
It's
because
probably
this
much
is the
better.
most important,
Yeah.
it's very stressful to sit and keep watching the chart. So that is my day routine. Sometimes I wake early. It depends on the sessions, on the setup, to place trades, and then go out to finish my other works.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't sleep because I live in the Middle East, and the time zone is different from
Right.
USA, from New York, and
Right. You're on a
sessions.
completely
Tokyo,
different
New York,
different
yeah,
path there. Yeah.
yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, good for you for
That's it.
taking the time to do that. Like you said, this is such a huge opportunity to kind of set your own time and have your own schedule and a big earning opportunity, right? When you put the stress aside and you keep your mindset straight and don't
Yeah,
overcomplicate things, good things can come. So I hope people that are watching this can attest to that and learn from that because I'm sure that's a really common struggle in this industry
Yeah.
for sure. Lastly, I don't know if we touched on this. How did you hear about Smart Prop Trader? How's your experience been, and what's your long-term goal with us? I guess the next few months. What do you have in mind?
Well, I already work with other prop firms like FTMO and the Funded Trader. And it happens that I saw a video on YouTube. CEO, I think his name is Blake.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, and there's a meeting with Angelo, the
Huh?
TFT
Yeah.
CEO. Yes. So they were talking about the prop firm and the industry in general.
Yep.
And like the competition in this industry is rising, is growing.
Yeah.
So I decided to try your service. And on the other hand, what attract me to start with you is that I heard you have a very good commission and spread. You have low cost
Yep.
on it, on the per lot size
Mhm.
commission.
Yep.
And the other thing is you have a faster withdrawal
Hmm.
payout.
Yeah.
That's why.
Good, good. Yeah, we know our traders' time is valuable, and sometimes you need that payout, quicker. And so we've been really, really lucky and really blessed with our team being able to set that in stone for our traders to make the payouts as quick and seamless as possible. So we appreciate you acknowledging that. What is your goals with Smart Prop Trader for the next few months?
Well, I hope we can keep on track,
Yep.
working in the same direction. I hope that SPT offers some features, new features. The industry is growing, and you can't say like there's a peak in the
Right.
industry. Like
It's always
every time,
evolving. Absolutely.
like this is my opinion in business. Like every time you reach a peak, you can't stay in this peak and you say like, for example, SPT is the best prop firm in the world. So every time you reach a peak, you have to break this peak to another one higher.
Yeah, we are miles ahead of you there. We totally understand that. And for those watching, I don't know if you're aware, we are coming out with one phase soon, and we're completely revamping our back end systems just to make it even better, even quicker, our dashboard, everything like that. So our team is working around the clock, making sure that we're doing just as you said, making sure that we're peaking, but also going even further because we know it's important to continue evolving, especially in such a ever growing industry as
Yeah.
this is. So yeah, we're right there with you, and we totally agree.
Thank you, and I hope I will stay long term with you guys.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
to be honest, like I used to work with my forex fund, and I lost like two accounts, 300 each.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is running in profit with 15K.
Wow.
And I have nothing to do or say
Yeah,
for this.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's tough.
unfortunately.
It's tough, but the best will rise to the top and continue to prove that, you know, prop firms can be trusted, and we can do our best to prove that. So we're happy to have you on board with us and wish you
Thank
nothing
you,
but
Alex.
success. We hope you continue scaling your account and trade with us for a very long time.
I hope
And I appreciate your time today. Thank you for sharing so much about your strategy and experience so far.